If you are always feeling like your shoulders are tight and you're always walking out everywhere with a lot of stress in your body, you always feel like there's someone out there who's out to get you. You're always feeling like you're in danger of some sort. Even the most harmless conversations make you feel over the edge, then most likely you are still stuck in survival mode. When we are in survival mode, our perception is extremely clouded and we are only looking at being safe at all times. Now, this can really prevent you from extreme amounts of growth, from you progressing in your career, in your life, as well as living the best life possible by thriving every single moment. So, being in survival mode definitely has a lot of drawbacks. Is this survival mode? Now, of course, I'm not a therapist, and it would be great if you could work with a therapist on getting out of survival mode, because if you are operating in this mode, then most likely you have gone through some trauma that is keeping you stuck in the survival mode. I have been going to therapy since I was 18 years old, and it has really helped transform my life. So I would definitely recommend going to therapy for trauma. However, these are a couple of things that maybe you can start putting into action today to feel a little better. It totally depends on where you are in your healing journey. So I would definitely ask you to do what's best for you at this timing point. So, what we are doing when we are in survival mode is that we are running away from the present moment. So, whatever it takes to do to run away from this present moment, to actually feel the feelings of this present moment, we do that. Do it. What our body feels like it's doing, it feels like it's running, it needs to run away, that there's danger everywhere. So, that we have to really escape this present moment. So it can manifest in anxious thoughts, in like a very hurried nature, in like not liking the pace of things in life, and just wanting to not be present because the present moment is posing as danger. So whatever it can do to just escape, which is why you see people using their phones so much and being addicted to that kind of life, is because we just want to not be in this moment. And so every task that you have in your day can feel like you're putting out a fire, literally. Everything that happens in your life will feel like it is you trying to get yourself out of that danger because you're in this constant survival mode. You will feel like every thing that you have to do, like everything on your to-do list, is like a really big chore. Even if it is like going to a supermarket, you will keep thinking about it so much and you just can't wait to get it over with, because it will feel like, to your body, it will feel like you are in that is just like posing a threat to you. So you want to get over it fast, and you're in this constant state of hurry of trying to get things done fast so that you can just move into a safe place, and all that you're doing is actually just triggering more and more of that response. So the more you hurry, the more you try this escapism, you're signaling to your body and your mind that you are still in that survival mode and you still are not safe, and it's going to keep perpetuating the same sort of chemical responses in your body to make you feel like you're in danger continuously. First thing that we have to do is we have to stop fighting each task that is being put on our plate. So for me, for example, every business call, every meeting, even stepping out would feel like a huge chore that I would not want to do it. But I had to decide that I had to stop fighting it and just get it done, and not in a hurried state. The mindset that I sort of welcomed was that of, okay, even if I'm scared, even if don't feel like doing it because it makes me feel so uncomfortable, I will do it regardless of the feeling. So if it was a business meeting, I would just be like, even though I'm anxious about this right now, I will still do it because I had to train myself into believing that it is safe. It is safe for me to go to that meeting. It is safe for me to go to the supermarket. I know it sounds very bizarre right now, but this is exactly how you have to talk to yourself to sort of parent yourself into believing that you are safe, that the world is safe. Every time your mind will try to escape this present moment, and it's going to make you feel like you don't have to do certain things, and you can see why this can really present itself as a problem, especially when you're trying to go and achieve things, when you're trying to set out some goals, or when you're trying to live a certain way. uh, Basically, with whatever it is that you have, like, survival mode really robs you of the joys of today, because it makes you feel like everything is not good in your life. Everything just sucks, and all you have to do is sort of be on your phone, or just be doing nothing, instead of actually living life and thriving. So survival, being stuck in the survival mode, can really, really, really burn you out. Even though you're probably not doing as much, it can make you feel burnt out and exhausted, because you're in this constant state of everything is danger, everything is danger. I have to escape, I have to escape, or I have to put out this fire or put out that fire. Now, when there are stressful situations, it is really, really, really hectic. But I always know that I end up managing the situation, and obviously, it helps me to reaffirm my belief that I can handle stressful situations. It is quite difficult when there's real stress. Like, it is quite difficult, and it really pushes me over the edge, which is why I go to therapy and heal those parts of me, because those are some deep rooted fears, and it can take a while for you to sort of process that entire memory and that trauma response. So therapy is definitely recommended. However, everything comes to what you practice every day, and exposure therapy is really a thing. The more and more you expose yourself to the things that you're scared of, the less and less you get scared of it. Every task, everything that it is that you fear, there is nothing else to do but to do it. There's no other advice, there's no other self-help book that will get rid of the fear, get rid of the anxious thoughts, of the negative limiting beliefs. There's nothing that's going to get rid of that. So you have to sort of go into it and dip your toes into it, maybe slowly, but you will have to get out of the survival mode. Now, we can't sort of stop our thoughts from thinking so much. Like, I always say that the thoughts, I know they say to control your thoughts and everything, but it is quite tricky to control thoughts, because you just tend to spiral, and then you go to different places, and then you don't know how to get yourself back. It is quite difficult. So we can learn with the body, and our body and mind are connected, right? That's been established. So when we also operate with the body, so how do we train our body to slow down? Is that we physically slow down. Physically slow down, the mind will definitely learn to adapt and slow down itself, because the mind is being signaled now that, okay, this person believes that they're safe, which is why they're doing things slowly. They're not rushing through things because they don't feel like they need to run away from something, because you're literally mimicking running away from the present moment when you're stuck in the survival mode. One of the things is to stop rushing. Like, I would always have my shoulders up high. I just always now take a deep breath and bring my shoulders to normal level. Then there's the bathing. I would bathe really fast, and now that I'm a mom, I do that at like 100x. But I have to consciously remind myself to, like, bathe slowly. Then cooking and so many other things that we do, typing, the tasks in your life, you have to learn to slow and pace themselves out. Now, you would say that there's no time for all of this, and I agree. But I was stuck in the survival mode when I was a child. So that time I didn't even have too much to do, and I would still find myself like trying to finish things fast, finish things first. Bath I would have really fast, because I don't know why, because someone told me that, oh, but this other person does it faster, you're so slow, you're such a slow poke. Gosh, man, the things that they say to kids is just like, it's so demeaning. Slowing down is one huge thing, whether it is when you're brushing your teeth. Look at yourself in the mirror and just say, there's no other place to be right now than here. This is the place that I have to be. This is what I have to do right this moment. Now, no matter how much we have to do in life, listen, like you have to brush your teeth, right? And even if you're doing it for 5 minutes, can you do it slowly for 5 minutes? It's just the pace, it's just that moment that you give yourself, it just needs to be given fully. And that is what presence is. Now, no one's telling you to just go out to the mountains and meditate for 1 hour. No, I am just saying that maybe in the daily actions that you take, just slow down a bit. Like a yoga would be great, like doing yoga, doing some slow movement would be great. If you can incorporate that, amazing. But maybe when you're cooking, I tried this the other day and I'm telling you this by experience, have some music on when you're cooking, when you're bathing, because the mind is rushing at I don't know what speed. So the thoughts are rushing at such a fast rate that you can't catch up. So sometimes when you have an external stimulus that is slower, I feel like we sort of then mirror that and then slow down. That's how we operate as humans, so we can just use that to our benefit and just slow down by using some external stimulus that slows us down. And this music is great for that. So music while bathing, music while cooking, music as however, whenever you feel like it's necessary. Even now, you'll see my shoulders going up, and I have to consciously remind myself to bring my shoulders down, because that's how we're training the mind to relax a little. When we're stuck in survival mode, we either fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. And that's why we feel like our our responses are a bit limited, because we're in that heightened state of awareness, and we're in a heightened emotional state. So we have only few options to respond to, either to fight, to fly, to freeze, or to fawn. At that moment, it's very hard to react appropriately, because your body is literally fighting something. It feels like it's fighting something. So what I feel like has helped me a lot is just taking a breather, pausing. That is why I love to text, because it gives me some time to reassess what you've said, to handle my emotional response first, and then come back and deal with the situation appropriately. And more often than not, the solutions come up really quickly once you've sort of stabilized your emotions and you can see things clearly. Because remember, when you're panicky, sometimes the eyes get a bit blurry, like your heart rate is so high up. It's very difficult to think straight right then, and I think the eyes go blurry because I think you just need to shut your eyes and just realign, and that's why it's not the best time to sort of respond. So especially if you're someone who's in business, like this happens to me a lot. When I have to deal with clients and it gets a bit stressful, I sort of just tell them, let me just handle this, give me some time, I will get back to you. If there's any question that just puts you over the edge, or any situation that puts you over the edge, take a breath. There's no need to respond in that time. You can take your time and get back. And I think this is what I want you to hone in. You get to take time. You get to take time for whatever it is that you want to do. I know this deadline culture has made you hurry, and life is just like all about hurrying right now. But it's not good for you. It's not good for us. So accept the fact that time, God has given you time, like He's created these 24 hours or whatever time it is for you, and you get to take whatever time it is for you to respond, to react. It's your time, okay? No one gets to steal that from you. Your time, no one gets to steal that. And you got to accept it. Accept that it is your time, and you will respond whenever you feel like, okay? Even texting culture, like everyone expects a response ASAP. No. We're going to respond when we are most aligned, when we've got everything, all the facts checked, because we don't see facts sometimes when we're in that heightened emotional state. Everything obviously just comes down to slowing down, like taking pause, taking a break, figuring things out. Silence is key, because silence brings clarity. So when you're confused, when you are, we don't know what to do because you're just like thinking so rapidly, silence just helps, or slow music, like whatever it is that works. Already you're in survival mode, and if every emotion that comes in you start to fight, what are you telling your body? You're telling your body, okay, this girl wants to fight, she wants to fight more, let's give her more to fight. And you got to realize that all emotions that come up, they have a short lifespan. In that lifespan, if you decide to add your own sort of force into it, to add your thoughts, to sort of marinate in that, to sort of add to the emotional intensity by entertaining the thought. Now, entertaining and accepting are two different things, okay? Two different things. So entertain is to when you sort of get into it and just like get into every single emotion and like think about it, fixate on it. That's one. Accepting is another one. So you accept and you feel and you feel and you feel and you feel and you feel. It goes, it dissipates. Just, I don't know if you've ever gotten a knot sort of removed, like a muscle knot, but my physiotherapist was doing that for me. And the more and more I just honed in on the pain, like I was just focused on that one sensation of that pain, the less and less it hurt. I did not fixate on stories around that pain, like, oh my god, this is hurting so much, like why do I have muscle knots, okay, this one's not doing it right. I just focused, and I just sharply focused on the pain, and it started dissipating. And what she was doing was she was adding more and more and more pressure, but all I did was just focus just on that pain and not on the stories around the pain, and it just started dissipating. So highly recommend putting this into practice today itself. Whatever emotions that come up, accept them, feel them. Do not make stories about them, because that's what keeps you stuck. That's what keeps you up in the night, the stories around the emotions. Like I was up last night till 4 a.m. making these stories. So you have to stop making these stories and just accept the emotion and let it pass. Let it enjoy its lifespan, and then let it pass. And the more and more you do this, the better it is. So we don't want to feel these real emotions, okay? These emotions that we feel, some of them are real, some of them are lies, whatever it is, yada yada yada. We don't want to feel them, because we don't want to feel the icky feeling, because we're already stuck in survival mode. So why are we not gonna, why do we want to feel these not so nice feelings? Which is why escapism, the mobile, becomes a best friend. But should you feel safe to feel these emotions, I would really like to invite you to feel these emotions, because firstly, it is just good for you. It's good to let it out of the system. And secondly, it would also train your body to just like not believe every single emotion that comes up. And that, okay, see, again comes back to the time. You want to see what you feel most, what do you think is worthy of your time. Okay, so if you hold yourself to a certain level, there are certain levels of emotions and thoughts that you would not allow in your periphery, that you would not allow in your sort of energy. So take inventory of the thoughts and emotions that you will allow yourself to have, and have just those. Like, you will make mistakes, we're all human. See what you would like to allow in your life, what you like to allow in your thought process, because all of these things, they take up a lot of energy. So much energy is being taken, and that's why you feel exhausted at the end of the day, because you're just giving so much attention to all of these thoughts and emotions sometimes. So just take real inventory of what it is that you like to allow. Something is to be very mindful of every single action. So when you're doing that, and this has really helped me with memory, because I'm postpartum, so I'm dealing with brain fog. So what has really helped, but like I can also imagine that like when you're stuck in really like high survival mode, you will not realize what you're doing with every single moment that's happening in your life. And What has helped me is sort of reciting what I'm saying. So right now I'm filming a video. I'm looking at my notes on the laptop and I'm filming a video. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making a quiche. I'm baking, I'm cracking an egg. To-do list needs to be short. Now I know that you have a lot to do, and if you're a mom, you have a ton of stuff to do, but it has to be short. You got to keep your priorities, like feed the child, keep the child alive. Those are the priorities, but do not overburden yourself, because again you're going to be hurrying through that list and you're going to keep reaffirming to your brain that you're not safe. So keep the list extremely short. As much as you can, prioritize your tasks and leave the rest for another day. And a lot of the times life doesn't go as per plan, so the things that you would want to do today may not happen today because life happens. So allow life to happen. That's how it's been designed. Allow life to happen. It's God's plan over your plan. So even your to-do list, submit it to God and say, God, whenever you want this to be done, let it be done. I'm going to try it for today, but if it doesn't happen, I surrender it completely to you. Okay? So you got to just surrender that. This one is a huge one. So safe spaces and safe people. Very, very important. Even when I'm doing therapy work with my therapist, we keep going back to my safe space and my safe people, because when you do this work you really need that assurance that you are safe. So safe spaces, safe things, safe people really keep you grounded. And I've had different kinds of people in different periods of my life, and right now I am who I am. I am confident. I am all the good things. A huge part is because of the people in my life. My friends as well. Never had good friends before. Have the best friends right now. Extremely supportive. Safe spaces, safe things. It could be your books. At one point, my safe space was a book. Create those safe environments for yourself, and these things really can help you grow, can help you get out of survival mode and heal different parts of you. People make or break you. The people around you make or break you. There are people who are draining you or keeping you stuck in that survival mode. They need to just be out of your life. Especially as women, I think our bodies tell us a lot. I don't know if it is the same with men. Please educate me. But let your body also guide you. Because I feel like a lot of times our body also signals certain things. So, like there's these nudges, there are some feelings, guidance, intuition, all of these things. They're also sometimes a signal that, okay, this is not something that's nice. I don't feel safe here. Sometimes trust that. And it will take some time to build that trust, because I can imagine how you feel like everything that your mind and body is telling you is not probably accurate or not right, because you are brainwashed with the lie that you don't do things well and you're not sort of equipped with the right tools to make rational decisions. But I think sometimes we need to learn to we need to try to lean into that guidance. A thing that helped me a lot is just praying as well, like praying over things that I need to do, asking God for His guidance. So just try that. Like all of these things, like they're not really like hard set rules. They're not something that have clear answers. So you've got to just go with the flow with these things. But the more you listen to your body, listen to what it's trying to tell you, like even with the shoulders, like it's telling you to just you need to relax. So listen to the cues your body is giving you, whether it's your digestive issues, life, check in with your period if your period is on time. All of these things are a body sign where things are out of balance. So check for any sort of ailments, and then besides that also when your body's telling you something about certain things. So now there was a business that I really wanted to start, but my body just didn't feel right about it. Like it would just bring up anxiety. My mind wanted to really go for it really, but my body was just like, it's going to take you back to that same sort of survival mode. So basically I wanted to make sure that whatever I do right now is in alignment with the vision that I have for my life, like which is to live a soft life, a softer life. So I leaned into the wisdom that my body had, and I prayed about it as well. So possible, listen to your body, listen to what it's telling you. And I know it may confuse. It's like, like sometimes when you're anxious about something, you might feel like, okay, I don't have to do it because I'm anxious. I feel like just pray for the guidance to know what is right and wrong, and see what you feel will work best. Just experiment, try, keep trying. Exposure therapy, keep trying, keep taking decisions, small little decisions in your day-to-day life, and it will help you. So I can't wait to see you in my next video. Have a great week ahead, full of wisdom, full of being in the present moment and thriving. I'll see you soon. Bye.